Hi. I just try to move my face like this because I would like to take you around, let's say in the walking gallery. Let's have a little walk around the gallery that we have installed here. And I try to move my head like this because I wanted to show you. It starts here, for example, with this first painting from India. That's where they move their head so crazy. Dhananjay Govardhana, a little story about food industry, which is a universal story all around the world. And there's many paintings here, also from India, or this fantastic painting from Croatia, from Osijek. It's a simple idea, but meanwhile, the way of painting is fantastic, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Dragan Anjelic from Osijek. Or we got a painting here. That is actually an interesting painting with bullets of lead. And it's called Terra Incognita, the unknown land. It was made during the time in Serbia was not allowed to participate in football. And you know what happens when you are excluded by the world? That's the toughest punishment you can have, you know. Before we had cities, people were expelled. And that means death alone inside the big nature. Later we start building jails and that kind of stuff. But being expelled is the most ancient, hardest punishment there was. And but a lot of things are here. Also from Croatia, by the way, or some people they make my portrait because they think I'm full of hope, but they put me in the desert with all these flowers. Check this out. It's funny actually. Rogier Walrecht is a guy from my hometown. And more things. We will have some discussion about this painting later on. Golob Miru, a Slovene painting about peace, of course. Many people who go for hope. They hope for peace, they hope for good health, they hope for good environment, friendship. Normal things. It's always normal things. And funny painting, or this is a nice painting, by the way, from a Tunisian guy from Paris. The most interesting thing in Tunisia was, out of 80 paintings, 65 were paintings made about women. The women is in the center of society in Tunisia. And it's really true. I love that place. Nice place. So, and we have had, we've seen already the paintings from Macedonia, or Chinese painting, or this is a fantastic painting. This one actually, I advise the people in the audience to take this painting from a big distance, then you can see what it is. But until then, or Marcel Ruiters, nice, famous also here in Ljubljana, because Marcel is a comic, and Ljubljana is of course the center of comics, huh? One of the centers, and he is participating with that a lot. Or we got this fantastic painting of Bojan Klančar, somewhere from this Alexander Stankovsky, and he said, You don't realize, but you saved my life. I found my new colors after all those years. Fantastic. More paintings. It was a beautiful painting of Zani Galevska, Macedonia. Very funny. Fun must be the thing. Scotland will be the thing. Or this is a remarkable painting. This is a painting made by a Greek man, David Benforado. And actually what you see here is a gypsy family. And he says, we have such a crazy tradition in Europe. The gypsies live here already 500, maybe 1,000 years. But still, every year you can read somewhere in Europe in the newspaper that the gypsy settlement is being destroyed. And I had a little bit problem with this painting because it's a tough story actually. But every time when I'm on a festival, then there's these little kids, 3, 4, 5 years old, and they want to hear the story about this toy. And then I have to tell them really, really fucking hard stories. Nice, nice, nice. And this is actually also an interesting painting of Dusan Sterle, also from Kamnik here. Here in Slovenia. But I have realized I can say here in Slovenia, here in Slovenia, here in Slovenia, but here in Slovenia we are recording this, but you are probably somewhere in the world. This was one little part of our exhibition. Let's go around the corner, there's more. Oh, For example, we have great paintings of Sam Drucker. Ooh, fantastic. Or this was the last painting. I don't know if you can see it well. It has luck on it, that's why. This is a painting from Mirjam van Overbeek, and it's a healing plant. And a healing plant which was first transformed by Photoshop, and after that it was painted the way it came on the screen. And she made the very last painting of the mobile exhibition. Mwah! What a beautiful lady she is. And I mean, she's pretty, she's smart, but above all, she has talents to make anything as she wishes. That is the beauty. Well, we can continue, but slowly. For example, very funny from Montenegro, or this guy says, I hope everything, music is the reflection of life. I hope everything is okay with the musicians. I agree on that. Or we have here a painting from Dejan Knez, Neue Slovenische Kunst. Actually, what we should do, you stay here, look at this, I'll take a book and tell you a few sentences that come with this painting. Because Dejan Knez, he was not only funny, but strong. Where's Dejan? What is the number? 656. Look at it. Maybe I got a little bit inspired by Caspar David Friedrich. He caused a scandal because of the impressive nature made much more of an impact than the holy symbols. But back to the present time. There is no longer any time for hope. Direct action is the way of artistic behavior and strategy. There is no doubt about the straightforwardness of artists. Cherish them and you can even follow them because they look into the future. Let's continue. Icarus, oh, fantastic painting. You know the story of Icarus? If not, go and type it on Google or DuckDuckGo and you find the story of Icarus. This is Belarus, a painting made long time ago, but completely contemporary, completely for today. You know the situation in Belarus after Lukashenko rigged the elections for the 5th time? People got enough of this. The most patient people in Europe are Belarus. They're demonstrating peacefully, but he wrote already 12 years ago, accept no shit. And I agree with that. Or a fantastic painting from Lebanon. It is called Natuurmoord, dead nature. But Natuurmoord, this is the way to say still life on French. So this is just a still life, but a still life about dead nature, obviously. Funny. Or, nice, this lady says, you know, everything okay, but I hope you do not watch too much television and eat too much chips because it's not good for your health. I agree. Hassin, super nice painting from Algeria. This story we tell in the last, I think, or from Syria. Ooh, people and animals can live together. So, he says, good people live together. He wrote that actually 3 years before the war in Syria started. Huh. Bobby Heiligers, my good friend, of course, this is a painting for peace. Fantastic painting of Subot Kerkar. He makes beautiful sculptures and installations on the beach with found materials. Fantastic nice. And we have endless nice. Many people think this is a painting, this is a photo, but in fact it turns out to be a painting, because if it was a photo, this would be even sharper than it is now. But this is what you call photorealistic painting, and the guy says, you know what I hope? I hope for reality and relaxation. Here's the relaxation, and there is reality. The first letters of every book. If you do not understand it, or if you want to know more, you can also read this, A Short History of Nearly Everything. That might give you some ideas. Haj Noor, she made a painting about a refugee. It's a famous photo, huh? And she made the painting, and she told me the story, and I got tears in my eyes. What a beautiful, sweet, sweet lady she is. And I am inviting you, my friends, to the last part of this small exhibition, which is not small, but it is. Anyway, great, great painting of Han Kessels. He's an older Eindhoven artist, actually. We will speak about these sweeties because nobody. And this is very nice. I like this so much. There's the whole of hope, and this is only hope. Wim Starkenburg, fantastic, nice guy. And we will tell a story about this because this is probably what is going on. Some people, I do not know about you, good people, but most of us who are watching this live are right now in a situation of so-called lockdown or semi-lockdown or some kind of lockdown. And many people blame the virus, and some people think you must blame Bill Gates or somebody else. But I blame capitalism, and he does too, already some time ago. Now, we tell that complete story later on. That's nice. And by the way, let me show you one other little thing. You look, I go, I come back. What we have done, for those who have seen us live in the past 20 years, we've been on 723 places. Probably you got a little card like this, and the card says, pick your favorite. Traveling around the world, we ask our audience, pick your favorite painting or story. We are investigating the taste of the audience. And what turns out to be the case? 5% of the people cannot choose. And if you cannot choose, then what do? You get attracted by those big eyes. So finally, this young lady, Isabel Southwood, she became one of the most popular paintings in this whole project. And she was a little bit embarrassed because she didn't like the painting herself so much. It was her very first official painting. I'm very happy with this. Beautiful. But we can also make it simple or classical or spontaneous or relaxing or anything is but a funny painting. One thing I must say, sometimes people ask me, do you paint yourself? And for 15 years I say, no, I cannot paint. And the truth is, I've seen 1,000 artists being extremely well educated, practiced, and they have patience, but I don't have patience, and I never practiced, and I've never been to school. So, but a few years ago, I started to make collage out of original paintings. So this is my result. And when people ask me, what do you hope? Then I say, you know what I hope? I hope that all the things that these artists hope will come true. So it's not our hope anymore, but it will be our reality. Wouldn't that be nice? I think so too. And we're almost at the end of this little wall. This is a funny painting. Well, you can see this painting actually has no story, but it has a nice title. The painting is called Morning Light on the Mountain of Hope. Let us start with one of the biggest artists from. Let us finish this little introduction circle with one of the biggest artists from my city, Henk Vis. And Henk Vis is a sculpturist, teacher, art critic, smart man, and already professional for many years. And he made this little sketch for me, and he came at the very last moment, and he says, "See, man with flower. I think the image speaks for itself. I hope it doesn't bring any useless questions." Now, wouldn't that be a nice way to finish a conversation with people with the question, I hope it doesn't bring any useless questions. I just would like to say, my dear friends, keep on being smart, keep on being straight, ask good questions, and enjoy the answers. My advice to you is, if you want to see it all, go in cyberspace or come to my house or try again. Obviously, I have said enough. And so goodbye. Huh? Ciao, ciao.